Good day. Today I'm gonna be discussing lesson 24, adding user authentication, and Linda will be navigating my session.
Hi
Hi
everyone,
everyone,
this
this
is
is
Linda.
Linda.
I'll
I'll
be the
be the
navigator
navigator
of
of
today's
today's
session.
session.
Cool. So basically, in this chapter, um, what we touched on is let's see, using the passport package to authenticate your users throughout your application, implementing the passport local mongoose plugin on your user model, creating authentication actions before user login. So let's see how we did that in the code. So firstly, we imported passport over here. Um, and so basically what passport is, right, is a package. This package handles everything around logging in specific users and keeping those users logged in, right, to the account on the website. So it checks if username and passwords are correct. It sets up the session when a user logs in, and it remembers who was logged in by reading from the session on every request. So that's what Passports does. Um, in my user.js, I have over here this method plugin, right? What it essentially does is that it simplifies setting up a username, password, log in with passport. So basically, it allows you to log in with your email, right? So that's what that does. Um, then in my main.js, let's see. Yeah, so here we have these two routes over here. This one basically sets up the passport using passport.initialize. So it initializes the passport so we can use it. Then here, passport.session allows a persistent login session um, like cookies. So it specifically sets up the sessions and allows persistent login sessions. Then over here, uh, basically have user.create strategy, right? So passport.use user create strategy. So this sets up the strategy for logging in using email and password. Then we have here serial user. So passport.serial user. Then the serial user function. So this over here, this serial user function is basically tells passport how to store user information, specifically using the user ID from user. Then deserialize user function over here basically retrieves full user information from the session when it's needed. That's what that does. Then in my users controller, I have let's see, let's see. Yeah. So in my users controller for authenticate method over here, basically, since passport works with authentication, we have your passport.authenticate, so we can use passport for our authentication. Um, then this first argument is local. Then this is the second argument, which is a dictionary or a JS object with key value pairs. So first one is failure redirect. This basically saying that if 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 the login is failed, then it redirects you to the user's login page. Then it gives you this message that the login was failed. Then it's basically here it's saying that if um, the user successfully logged in, then it will redirect you to the home page, and then it gives you this flash message that the user is logged in. That's basically what this method is basically doing. Also went ahead to add a logout function over here. So in my main.js, basically set the route for the logout function. Let's see. Over here. So there's a get request for logging out. Basically, as soon as the user clicks the logout button, so when that get request is made to this API endpoint, the logout function is called, as well as the redirect view method or function. So here's the logout method, has this arrow function with 3 parameters, and basically here it says request to log out. As soon as you log out, then it says then there's a flash message that says you have been logged out successfully, and it redirects you to the home page. Then there's this next over here, this next function, which takes you to the next middleware function. In this case, it will be redirect view. So going back to redirect view, there's the redirect function over here that takes place after that method is done. So it's sure. So let's see. Let's see basically how the logout function works in the front end. So now I'm gonna run the server. So now here's the login button. Where I can log in. Let's see. So first I'll create a new user, then log in, and then show how the logout function works in the front end. Oh, okay. So when I log in, then it takes me to the login page. So well, take me back to the home page, right, with this login. But now there's a logout function over here. Here's the logout button. As soon as I click logout, then this flash message pops up saying that I've been logged out. So yeah, that's basically summary of lesson 24.